Their nipple piercing.
Hello. Well, this is going
Hi.
swimmingly. Hello, lovely people. We are Some Other Heroes. Welcome to episode 50.
Woohoo!
It is Sunday. It's Some Other Heroes Day. My name is Chris. I use he, him. I have the honor and the joy of being the DM, GM, and the storyteller for this ongoing campaign of queer dungeoneers set in a world of airships and floating islands and strange magics and deep mysteries. With me are my three regular cohorts who have been with me since the beginning, and we're going to start today with Wayne.
Hi, everybody. I am Wayne. My pronouns are he, him. And I shall be playing, well, I think I'm playing Toby to start with, and we'll see who I play at the end, if anyone. Who can say?
Who can say indeed? That is awesome. And next, Theo, please.
Hello, I am Theo. I use they them pronouns, and I will be playing Eugene Appleby, the wizard.
Amazing, but not using your name in front of dragons again.
No.
No. Awesome. And finally, but not leastly, are Charlie.
But not leastly. I like that.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Charlie. I use she, her, and today I am playing Aisling, who is a satyr and adorably chaotic, and I love her. And she also uses she, her. And she's a warlock, and she got a demon in her brain.
Amazing. Cool. Well, before we dive in, we've got some shout outs, as always. So, to start off with, our friends Dice and the Slice are back tomorrow. It has been a extended hiatus because of life, which is completely understandable, but they are releasing their next episode tomorrow, and we cannot wait to hear it. We have missed them terribly, and we're very excited. If you like Dungeons & Dragons, and if you like baked goods, and why wouldn't you like those things, you can have them together with Dice and the Slice, a piratical adventure set in a world of mysterious gods, deep secrets, and crazy pirates. We're very excited to see the cursed crew come back and deal with whatever they've been thrown with next. So very, very much looking forward to that. Our second shout out goes to our wonderful friends at Wicked Game. Thank you for returning Wayne to us in one piece. They are in the middle of their Divisia Census school-based campaign. They have just hit the 40th episode of that campaign, which is very exciting for them.
And they're doing it by being in the cheerful place called Blood in the Sands.
So
That's lovely.
it has been wonderful. It's been really, really fun. Wayne's been over there kind of guesting for a fair few weeks, which has been really, really fun and really, really different for him as well.
I'm going to have a t-shirt. I'm going to have a t-shirt made that said, I went to AIM Edifas and all I got was this cough.
And if you want to find out what that is about, you can catch their previous episodes on their YouTube.
Because now they're on their own.
Next, our friends Misadventurers League. Due to personal health issues, they are going to have to take a small hiatus at the moment. So we just want to send them our love and our support and say, take all the time you need. We'll be here when you get back. But they will be back as soon as we know more. We will let you all know as well. Forest of Law are back on the 15th of April with their brand new campaign, which they are looking forward to. Dalsman regularly kind of pops into the chat when he can. Unfortunately, it's the other end of the day for him, so so they are all back. We're very much looking forward to that and see what their new adventure goes with, and they have some new players joined in as well. What else? Skiers, Sweethearts. Our YouTube exclusive mini series has reached episode 3. If you haven't seen it yet, you really should pop along. It's a lot of fun. It's an all-female player cast with me leading them through a mysterious heist stroke investigation with the amazing feline trickster Lydia, the DM from Wicked Game, Alicia from Dice and the Slice, and our wonderful friend Elle, all of whom do an amazing job with wonderful characters and some hints and side stuff that may relate to this game as well. Speaking of Alicia, we just...
Sorry, Rooney Runes. It's like Ocean's 8 for magic and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
true.
It is true. That was my idea. That's what I hope to get. It's really cool. Also, if you want to see Rooney Runes in actions and you haven't, go back and watch our previous episodes on YouTube. Rooney is amazing as the wonderful barbarian Bruni.
As the episode demure and fluffy and pink kick-ass barbarian bunny.
–
Amazing.
slightly terrifying, but
Very
funny.
terrible. Final shout out. Speaking of Dice and a Slice and Alicia, happy birthday.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Alicia had a birthday this weekend, and we all got to spend some time with her last night, which was lovely.
And she looked sickening.
Oh my god.
Amazing. And
She looked-
Oh,
Yes,
the outfits that were served at night.
it was brilliant and really good fun, and we really enjoyed ourselves. So if we're a bit croaky or not quite as quick as we normally are, it's because, we just went out and had fun last night. So, but
Didn't drink anything. We just
Good friend. If we're a little slow or croaky, it's not because we got drunk, it's because we're old.
I had a Diet Coke, all right? I was on a fucking rager.
Although we did leave Theo on the dance floor.
we did leave Theo on the dance floor, tearing up
Looking
the tiles.
glowy and powerful.
Right. Is there anything else I've missed? Anyone else we need to shout out or anything, guys? Excuse me. No? Then, without any further ado, I shall get episode 50 started.
But I love that.
So, for those of you, because Charlie gives us all sorts of chaos whenever we run the titles, Charlie
Wait,
just...
we back on now.
We're back on now, yeah.
I didn't realise either.
Charlie just said that today that we're going to need Roll20 because we're fighting the Mortal Coil. The Mortal Coil is a slinky in a black cloak. So, love that. Anyone wants to stat that up for us at some point, I will run that encounter.
Oh my god,
Original
that should, be
commenter, do not steal. TTM.
that should be a magic item of some sort, Immortal Coil. Which
Mortal
is
Coil.
just a little slinky that's wearing really heavy goth clothing.
Yeah, like little spikes and shit.
Yeah. Anyway, previously on Some Other Heroes, our adventurers, Aisling and Eugene, have been questing with the aid of Star Guide Toby, the Tabaxi druid, to retrieve the Fang of Navarra and revive their fallen friends, Iskarok of Clan Revorkas. They travel to the Scarred City, the city now just simply known as Aramaya, a place of deep tragedy and quite terrifying events. They fought the prefect who caused the event that happened to Aramaya, taking it out of the world some 300 years ago. Successful, they retrieved the Fang of Navarra, a great sword with a fang of a dragon god at its heart. And they have teleported straight back to Theramire. To Fort Theramire, where the Duchess has received them. Now, with what they need, they have found themselves back in the presence of their friends Rebecca Ryder, Tythig Perb, Eugene's uncle, and Campbell Revorcus, Rock's sister. And that is where we left off. I think we're going to move the scene forward ever so slightly, and we will move on to where you are taking your rest. It's probably an hour or so later, after you've debriefed everybody about what happened and talked through and your emotional meeting with Campbell. The three of you are currently in the same suite that you were gifted before, sitting around. In fact, the pillowcase is still tied around one of the bed frames for you, just been left. It is a quiet...
Is it to warm the pillowcases?
No, just basically, I think they just left it because they were hoping you'd be back, like, relatively
I thought
quickly.
it could be used as a warning to other pillowcases.
So you, Aisling, Eugene, and Toby, you are relaxed, thinking through what you've been through and what you have seen. And you have this moment to yourself. It's been a difficult 48 hours, I think. How is everybody feeling?
Have we slept? Have we slept in 48 hours?
Not yet. Well, no, I mean, you rested on Aramaya briefly.
Okay.
But you haven't had you had a long rest, didn't you? So yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then you fought. So you haven't rested since you got back. You're actually probably about to start your rest. But the three of you are just kind of sitting around. I don't know, how are you all feeling? And let's start with Aisling.
I'm not sure. I think she's a little bit thrown by how grey area that whole situation was. It was like, initially, oh, these are the baddies, let's deal with that. And then all of a sudden it was flipped on its head. And then injuries occurred. And it was all just a little bit not what she was emotionally preparing herself for. So I think, as well as being obviously physically knackered, she's a bit brain knackered as well. Yeah, and now all of a sudden she's got to remember the whole point that they were doing all of this.
To get your friend
So,
back.
yeah, I think she's probably sitting... Did you say we're in one of the bedrooms?
You are, yes.
All right, I think she's just sitting probably at the pillow end of the bed, just sitting upright, like staring into space a little bit.
Eugene, how do we find you?
I think Eugene is probably pacing. I think he's just now realizing the gravity of the situation. Like, I think Eugene was getting frustrated with the amount of time that everything was taking and having to do all of these other things, and he just wanted to get his friend back. But now we're at the point of doing the thing. He's suddenly, I guess, realized like the weight of the situation and the responsibility for it going well. So I think he's probably just pacing and reading.
And finally, Star Guide Toby. This has not been your muted, hun.
Oops. I think Toby is just so trying to not get in the way of Eugene, who's pacing, but also trying to just give them their space, but also just trying to be kind of normal about stuff. So I think Toby's like doing a little more druidcraft on the plant, and sort of making little flowers bloom here and there and tidying things up. And then I think at some point they are just going to make a couple of nice cups of calming chamomile type tea. And without saying anything, we'll just kind of bring them over and put a mug down next to Aisling, and then walk over to Eugene and just kind of not stop him pacing, but just put the mug down and wait till they catch his eye and kind of go.
Put it
And
in
then-
front of on the floor like a sim, and then he'd get really
So he has
confused.
to go around it.
Yeah.
Just walk on the spot against the teacup.
Keep turning
Um,
around.
Yeah. So yeah, I think Toby's just doing that and just not trying to interfere because they know that Aisling and Eugene are now thinking about big things and they don't want to make light of it. They want them to have their time, but they also want to make sure that they are providing some kind of sense of normality and comfort.
I think the three of you carry on for a while inside your own heads, thinking through everything that you've seen and done. Eventually there is a soft knock at the door.
It scares the shit out of Aisling for a start because she's zoned out.
I think Toby will probably go over and answer the door.
The gnome fella that you've met a couple of times is there, Tythig Perb. Toby, isn't it?
It is, yeah. You're Eugene's uncle.
I am, yes. May I come in for a second?
Of course, Eugene's are just over there. There and there and there and there. But yeah, come in.
Tythig kind of...
Would you like a cup of tea? I just made tea.
I would love a cup of tea, Toby. That would be wonderful. Thank you.
Sure. And Toby will just go and busy themselves doing the tea.
Aisling's just noticed the tea.
Tythig comes in and he sort of straightens his robes and he kind of looks at Aisling and Eugene. Pulls up a chair. So, I need to update you on a couple of things. And I hope you have some energy. I would rather have left this, but I think you need a chance to think on things.
Oh, what's happened now?
It's all right. The Duchess has examined Rock's body, and we now understand why the Skein Witch sent you for an artifact belonging to a god. I didn't really get the details before. Did anything happen to Rock's body after he passed?
Yeah. I think Aisling will very much look over at Eugene, just sort of be like, should we? Yeah. Okay. It's sort of got the. I'm assuming have you found any planty bits?
No, but we have had evidence that something else inhabited the body.
Yeah, it was some Vine Lord bits. And they kind of, Rock stopped, but they didn't, and they kind of kept going, and made him like stand up and try and like get out and run away and attack us, and it was all pretty deeply traumatizing, to be completely honest.
I can imagine, and I'm only sorry that you had to go through that.
They were like coming out of places, and it was all like we had to burn them, and that was like,
No.
Okay.
The Duchess has explained it, and I'm not a divine caster, so I don't know all these things. Maybe our young friend Toby here might know a few bits of this. But with matters of the undead, if something else inhabits the body and animates it, it makes returning someone difficult. Not impossible, but difficult.
Aisling like flops down on the bed face first.
Yeah. A simple raise dead would not have worked on Rock. So, but there is good news. It seems the Skeen Witch sending you to get the Fang of Navarra has meant that the Duchess has a connection strong enough to the Dragon of the Eastern Climes that she can bypass a certain amount of it. She can continue with the ritual, but she will need the help of people close to Rock. To that end, she will need you to implore his spirit to come back.
We have to convince him to do something.
I'm afraid so. My understanding is a connection with people that he loves will make it easier for him to return.
What do we have to do?
That is personal to you. You know your relationship with Rock. You know how he responds to you best. Think on that and make a choice. Some people would, I guess, give thoughts of love and kindness. There are others who would logically argue why they must return. I have seen I've seen a ritual similar used in which one of my more ferocious friends literally threatened to come across the veil and beat them up if they didn't return.
Was that friend Bruni?
No, although having briefly met Bruni, I can understand why you might have that opinion.
There's some biceps under that fur, let me tell you.
Yes, checks out. I like that. It's a lot, and you have done a lot. But the Duchess will need your help to complete this ritual. I think it is something that you two can do. And Toby, you have been with them. If there's anything you can offer as an outsider, that would also be useful to help them with this task.
Is there anything that we could do that would make that could make Navarra more amenable to helping or putting their sort of power into helping bring their friend back?
Bring an offering or something?
You recovered one of his artifacts. I think he's probably on your side.
Okay.
But we're not just negotiating with one god. They who exist beyond the veil and Brother Moon will also be involved in this.
What kind of stuff do they like?
They have a duty, that is all. But
Is there anything they collect, like Beanie Babies?
Yeah. Like a Lego set or something.
I had a thing that apparently the Brother Wolf has Brother Moon has a thing for wolves, but that's just hearsay.
For what?
Wolves.
Oh.
I don't
Gift
think
card.
we don't
Get a
have
gift
time
card.
to go and find wolves. Okay.
But don't worry, you have done everything you can. I know you will do well at this. It knows a lot of pressure, but I trust you to make the right decisions.
What if it doesn't work?
Then it is Rock's decision not to return. That has always been an option for him.
Okay.
But that's like the only reason it wouldn't
It
work.
would not be a reflection on you or the ritual. It would purely be the forces keeping Rock across the veil hold sway on his heart.
Okay.
Why wouldn't he come back?
I don't know. Rock told us so little about his life before he met us.
Mm-hmm.
He could be a past lover, a member of family he looks up to.
Oh, is he hanging out with them now?
Don't know. So little is understood about Brother Moon's realm.
I mean, you make it sound like he's in a coffee shop somewhere.
That fourth wall has been destroyed.
Anyway, I'm sorry to have to give you this now, when you need to rest. But it felt like give you opportunity to think on it was a better thing to do.
How long have we got to work out what we're gonna in the rock talent show? How long have we got to work out what we're doing?
The Duchess has said she would like to try early in the morning when the air is still fresh. She suspects there is an easterly wind coming in tomorrow, and
Are those good things?
for her, yes, auspices and signs of the connection to her god.
Okay.
I think he just kind of steps up, gets down from his chair, and kind of goes, I'm going to let you rest and get some time to think. If you need me, my suite is just down the hall. Rebecca is staying with Campbell and helping her put her thoughts together. And kind of just wanders over and just kind of takes your hand, Eugene. Whatever happens, I'm proud of you, and I know Rock would be too. Okay. It kind of just leans over and just taps Aisling on the hand as well. Give him hell. I think he deserves it a little bit.
Oh, he deserves a lot of it.
He smiles a smile that doesn't quite cover how worried he is for you all, and then just politely leaves.
Toby's just standing there with his tea.
Oh, thank you, Toby. I think Toby would have finished that up whilst he was talking.
I'm just,
Just standing by there. Oh, Toby. When the ritual starts tomorrow, it'll be close friends and family only. So,
oh yeah.
would you join me for a conversation? I have an offer for you.
Sure. Unless Aisling and Eugene need me nearby.
Of course. But I think I shall be having this conversation nearby anyway, because I want to be on hand.
Okay. Sure. We can have a conversation.
I look forward to it.
Okay.
Rest as well as you can. And with that, he goes.
Bye. Toby's going to close the door, and then they're going to turn around, put their back against the door, and just go, oh, what have I done?
That was well cryptic, wasn't it?
But whenever Sybil Fulton says we need to have a conversation, it's not really a good thing. I've normally done something stupid.
I don't think he's done anything.
Okay.
Aisling looks around to see if they broke anything while she was zoned out. Everything seems fine.
Okay. Well, we'll see. I heard what he said about why you couldn't just bring Rock back like some other people have come back, and I do remember Sib talking about the fact that when things become a kind of undead, like when they're possessed by something else, which is I think what happened with that Vine Lord. That's why it makes it so difficult. If there hadn't been the Vine Lord thing, it probably would have been easier. But it's kind of like another level of just harder to reach people. So
I guess that makes sense. I didn't really think that it was like an undead thing. I just thought that there was some maneuvering, some puppetry involved.
I think that's what it is, but the good thing is if Navarra is willing to help now that you have got that sword thing, That's a good sign, because that's a really powerful intermediary for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad we've got a foot in, because this doesn't sound like it's going to be like. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to be easy, but it sounds a lot less easy than I thought.
Yeah. Although I guess it's kind of tough because, I mean, your uncle seems really nice, but I don't think it's easy to make something like that sound like fun. So I think he's doing his best.
Yeah, I
Kind of
think
a
we can spin
serious
this
thing.
one.
Nah.
Theo, Eugene can have an insight check on his uncle knowing him best, like about that statement to Toby, if you like.
Okay. 15.
15. Yeah, the way your uncle phrases things, that was not a bad thing at all. That was very much, he genuinely wants to has an idea that he wants to share with Toby. So that was fairly genuine.
Yeah, I don't think you should worry too much, Toby, about my uncle wanting to speak with you. He's not really the kind of guy who's like cryptic.
Okay, well.
I mean, I don't know what he would want to talk to you about, but I'm sure it's nothing bad.
I mean, I was a bit nervous about tomorrow anyway. Now I'm really nervous, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Also, you guys have done so much to prepare for tomorrow. I think it'll be fine.
Yeah, but we don't know, like, what's the scale? Like, yeah, it might be so much to prepare for like a normal thing, but this is like a whole different thing. So maybe we've not done enough. Maybe we've done like 5% of what we could do instead of the many percent that you think we've done. Like, it's just some maths. Okay, I'm gonna start writing stuff down that doesn't make any sense.
You lost me a little bit with the numbers, but you've done everything that you've been asked to do to make this work, and I think the last thing is just to try and connect with Rock so he knows he is wanted and that there is still things for him to do here.
Okay.
Besides, he'd be stupid to not want to come back and spend time with you two.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of my notes. That's one of the things I'm going to say. So.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But if there's anything else that that I can do, Eugene, do you want to punch the thing again? I can.
Oh, I don't think I need to, but thank you.
Okay, well, just let me know. But
you can punch it if you want.
Oh no, that's all right. I punch the stuff outside. You two should probably rest well tonight.
Would you like me to switch off?
What, everything? Yeah. That'd be great. Can you do that?
I can... Well, I don't know. I can certainly switch off your ability to stay awake. That's easily done. I've done that before.
Okay.
I think I might be able to lull you to sleep.
Yeah, if you could put like a filter over my dreams or something, that'd be great.
Play some rain sounds.
Yeah,
Some nice rain sounds, some tropical ambiance.
Alexa, play relaxing sounds.
Alabaster, play night sounds, please.
Yeah.
Would you like Toby to sit in the corner and just make whale noises?
No.
Or purr.
Oh.
Yeah, Toby could just purr for you.
I think I can do that. I think I can help.
Okay.
Not that I want to tell you how to live your life, but it will make my life easier with dreams if you don't eat cheese just before you go to bed.
You're not my fucking father, Alabaster. All right.
No, I'm your demon.
Yeah, not my dietitian, my demon. So I'm going to eat as many stress cheeses as I need to eat before I go to bed. And you're just going to keep an eye on the dreams.
Stress cheeses.
Amazing. Well, if you guys need anything else to talk about, please do. Or if you want to talk to any of the NPCs, likewise. But if not, you all eventually bed down.
Oh, she will pre-warn these two that she's probably going to sleep and that she's not dead.
Good to know.
That is good to know, because
Yeah.
by now everyone's probably quite used to waking up and kind of just going, "Whoa," as Aisling is just standing staring at them.
Yeah.
Chris, I think when we're going to bed, I think once these two have settled, Toby is going to go outside
Okay.
in the dark. And I don't know if this will do anything, but Toby is going to go somewhere where they can see the stars above. And they're going to sit and close their eyes very quietly, and I'm going to cast Divination.
Oh. Cool. Read Divination out for us, please.
So it doesn't really do anything that is of particular use, but I'm going to try it anyway. So your magic and an offering put you in contact with a god or a god's servants. You ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. The GM offers a truthful reply. The spell doesn't take into account any possible circumstances that might change the outcome, such as casting of additional spells, etc. If you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there's a 25% chance of each one getting a random reading. But I'm
That's
just
cool.
going to do the one.
Okay. And what is your question? Because I think you just throw your question out into... I'm not going to speak for Toby, but it feels like he would just ask the stars, or they would just ask the stars.
Yeah, but I think Toby is going to try and basically in their head, as they close their eyes, they are visualizing the stars, and they're going to visualize the stars moving into the shape of Brother Moon. And they are going to try and reach out to Brother Moon or one of their servants. And Toby is just going to sit and ask the question, what can I do to help it go well for Aisling and Eugene tomorrow?
Roll me a d20 and add your spell modifier.
Where's my spell modifier? Okay, that's 17.
I think it's quiet, and Brother Moon is known to the Druids, but is not a god of the Druids. So you're not 100% expecting a reply. And you have your eyes closed. And I think you're sitting out in one of the gardens that belong to this place. And you feel a gentle press of the grass next to you. And an unfamiliar voice goes, "You've done everything you can. Just be there for them, whatever happens."
I think Toby's not going to move. They're just going to sit there. They just kind of nod in the dark, and they're just going to sit there for a little while longer, and then open their eyes and spend a few more minutes staring at the stars, and then they'll go back in and just curl up.
The next morning comes along. You all wake up one at a time. I think possibly Toby and Eugene wake up before Aisling, because every time that you do this, it's like a wall of catch up. Make sure you have taken a long rest, regained any spell slots or hit points you've lost.
You damn slots.
Get them slots.
Both of them.
Woohoo!
Hearty breakfast is brought to your room by one of the Duchess's servants, and you are Yeah, it is everything that you might need. I think they bring you a variety of things, not 100% knowing exactly what your dietary requirements are. You can pretty much pick and choose as you need to. Do any of you eat?
Yeah.
I love the idea.
Rock is dead, not Ashley.
Yeah.
I feel like that's more of an Aisling thing. I feel like Aisling would eat anyway, just to keep her strength up and keep give something to do as well while she's thinking.
Yeah.
I mean, she literally used the term stress cheese. I think she'll eat.
Yeah. She's deeply confused by the concept of people not eating when they're stressed.
Nice.
I think Eugene knows that he should eat and tries, but does that thing where he probably spends more time pushing it around the plate than actually eating it.
I think Toby will eat because they're just that kind of level of sort of emotions are separate. I'm going to eat. But is also trying to, again, do that thing of just being kind of in the middle of trying to maintain some normality without making light of the situation. So kind of chatting when necessary, but not going overboard, and just kind of keeping an eye out to see if there's anything that they think they can say or do to make everyone feel a little more prepared.
Probably about half an hour later, giving yourself some time to kind of clean yourselves up, get yourself ready, finish eating. There is a knock at the door, and the familiar form of Rebecca Ryder kind of pokes her head in. Are you all ready? Duchess would like us downstairs.
Yes. Yes?
Have heart, my friends. I have every faith that he will return for you.
Okay, thank you.
She, with you, and one of the servants that's with her, leads you down through the fort to one of the areas that you have kind of been through before, which is obviously the Duchess's private quarters, and out the back into a large chapel dedicated with similar decorations to the defaced cathedral in Aramaya. Dragons of large white and gold statues, marble and gold statues of a coiling serpentine dragon with long wings tipped in blue crystals. Terrifying but noble at the same time. The familiar visage of the dragon of the east.
Toby's just like, ooh, sparkly.
Rock is laid out on a plinth, for all the world just looking like he's asleep.
Except when he sleeps, he drools.
His clothing has been mended. He's wearing a familiar green jacket. His body has been cleaned, and he looks just at rest, almost like he could wake up and give you trouble any second. In fact, it's probably one of those moments where you step in and you're kind of almost expecting him to complain that you've woken him up. Rebecca and so as you come in, Tythig is on one side. Campbell is just sitting with him, talking quietly. The Duchess is at the far end, and she's kind of just gives you just gentle smile and a polite nod. Her frame is now in white robes with the symbol of the dragon of the east, the Daklan, on her on the like a tabard over the top, and she does look like, for all the world, like a cleric for the first time since you met her. I will need to perform this ritual in private, so if I could ask those of you who are not direct friends or family to give us some space. Rebecca just kind of turns to both of you, and she smiles and she just grips both your hands and gives them a gentle, reassuring squeeze. We'll be outside.
Toby is going to sort of look a little bit awkward, and then going to throw their arms around Eugene and just say, I really hope that it works, and you're very good friends for doing this, and you're both very brave too, and I'll be outside if you need me. And then turn around, and they're going to throw themselves at Aisling and just hug her as well. And as they do that, for what it's worth, they're going to cast guidance on both of them.
Thank you.
So it's only a minute, but
Quick!
Right, let's go.
if you have an ability check, you have a D4.
Thank you. And we do have the D6 from our bedroll as well.
Yes, you do.
And then they're just going to literally run out the room.
The last person to leave is your uncle, who first of all goes over to Aisling and just gives her a gentle hug. It's awkward because he's very short. And then, with more practice, a similar hug to Eugene. And as he pulls away, he goes, "We've got this. He'd be stupid not to come back." And they step through, and the doors are quietly closed behind them. Alone with the Duchess and Campbell, the two of you are led to the front where Rock is. The Duchess is laying out different paraphernalia, silver items, bells, incense. She is mumbling to herself in Draconic, weaving runes in the air as she goes around his body. She looks to each of you. "I will call you up. It is no reflection of favoritism. It is just the order in which I do. He needs to hear from all three of you. However you wish to persuade, however you wish to discuss or give him options or bribe, it doesn't matter for the ritual's purpose. It's simply a way to try and reach him." She then stands behind him, continues incanting in Draconic. Little blue flames appear on some of the candles around his body, and she reaches out a hand to Aisling.
Oh, shit. I mean, okay.
And calls you forward.
I'll sort of look over at Eugene and just looking, just being like, and she'll say in her head as well to Alabaster, like, any backup you can provide right now, anything, would be great.
I think this is beyond me.
Okay, just keep it up with the rain noises then.
Okay. You walk up to the Duchess, and she takes your hand in hers and moves it to place it on the top of Rock's brow.
Like she sort of resists a little bit because she's a bit like, oh, but he's gonna be all cold and that's gonna freak me out. And it's, I think she's a bit scared to do that, but she does do it.
As you do, eventually, kind of that little bit of resistance, and I think the Duchess just quietly waits for you to compose yourself, and then she moves it calmly. With your hand on his forehead, the flames change the cast. They go from blue to almost a shadowy white for a second. The Duchess kind of raises an eyebrow but doesn't say anything.
Don't worry about it.
Charlie, what does Aisling say to Rock in this moment?
Hi. It's me. Aisling. So this is a bit weird, isn't it? I hope you're not bored or somewhere horrible. Okay, so the thing is that I'm supposed to now try and convince you to come back. And there are, like, I think there's loads of reasons why you should, but I also want to put like a little disclaimer on it to be like, you don't have to. Like, I don't want you to feel like you've got no choice. But I think you should come back because the obvious stuff, like, we miss you and it's amazing. We're not dead as well without you, because I was fully expecting that to happen. That's like the obvious stuff, but like there's also some big stuff. Like, I think you're actually important for the whole of it. Like, you moved away from the Empire, which is one of the bravest things, apart from Eugene jumping off a dragon, that I've ever heard of. And I think that's a really big deal. And I think you forget that that's a really big deal. And I think you can do an awful lot more than you think you can do. So yeah, it's important for us that you come back, but I think it's also important for big stuff too. And yeah, it is your choice. I'll be fucking livid if you don't, but there's nothing I can do about that, so it's fine. Yeah, we really love you to bits, Rock, and we really want you to come back. So that's my pitch, and I'll promise I'll stop leaving stinky cheese in the fridge, and I promise I'll stop staring when you wake up, and I promise I'll stop messing around with different coffee beans, and I promise I'll stop trying to cook.
No, don't do something that you can't actually follow up on, Aisling.
Hey, right. That's not the help I needed. I promise. Okay, I'll shut up now because it's Eugene's turn. But yeah, you can come back if you want, and it'll be good. We promise it'll be good. Okay, love you. Bye.
So, it's up to you which trait you use. I feel like that was a persuasion, but ultimately it is up to you. But what do you feel like Aisling was trying to do?
It's intimidation. No, that was
Love it.
Yeah, that was a persuasion. I think I'll... Yeah, okay. Come on, Satan!
Come on.
Okay, I'm gonna use the d6. Okay, 17.
17.
No, wait. No, I forgot to add stuff. No, that was 25. Ignore me.
Thank you very much. The Duchess puts a gentle hand on your shoulder as you finish up, and nods, and then lifts her other hand up to Eugene.
I think he just takes like a big, like kind of audible breath and walks up to join.
She takes your hand in a very similar way and then places it where Ashling's was a second ago. He can hear you.
Okay, so I've thought a lot, obviously, because that's what I do, but I've thought a lot about what I should say right now, and it feels like a big responsibility, and I'm not that good at speaking, but I do have something to say to you. I've decided that I'm not gonna stand here and beg you and tell you that we need you and that we can't do this without you, because I don't want you to come back because of a sense of duty to me and Aisling, or to anyone. I think we all want this to be your choice, and maybe if this had happened in the past, I would have begged and pleaded with you and told you that I can't do this without you and that I wasn't strong enough. But actually, and I think this is in large part because of you, I realized that I can do this and I can do a lot of things. So I guess I just wanted you to know that I'm grateful for that. And whatever happens, whether this works or not, I'm grateful to be able to call you my friend, to have had you in my corner, and to be able to tell some amazing stories with you. And I just, if possible, I'd like to keep doing that. And I think when he finishes speaking, he takes Pocket out from his pocket, and Pocket is wearing the scarf that that Rock made for him. And yeah, he just kind of crawls onto him and like curls up.
Oh, wow. Just made me cry. What do you think that you are offering there?
I don't know.
I know that charisma is reasonable for Eugene, but not his strongest suit.
Insight?
Yeah, if you want. I think that you are trying to see, from what you remember about Rock, whether this is an accurate thing that he would want. I feel that's fair.
Okay. Okay, it's good. That is a 22.
22. Nice. The Duchess nods in thanks, lets go of your hand and allows you to step back, and holds out her hand for Campbell, who takes the biggest breath she can. I think Aisling, with your passive insight, you can see her hands are shaking ever so slightly as she approaches. She puts her hand gingerly into the Duchess's and allows it to be guided. And she leans down right next to Rock's head. And you can just about hear her say in a very quiet, very deliberate voice, "Now you listen here, Miss Kiki. I am not having any of this. How dare you leave me behind? Not again. You come back to me this instant. We've got so much to do, so many people to prove wrong. You are the best of us because you knew how to get out. So come back to me, please. I love you and I miss you. She just gently tilts her head over to his forehead and just plants one gentle kiss, hoping to bring back her brother. Okay. Alas, Delilah is very far away, Lydia, so she cannot give her advantage at this point. But I like that you tried that. Okay. I am just going to swap over to another screen for the sake of fairness. Here we go. So, it's my little dice tray here. Taken all into consideration. Okay. That is a 9. With that last statement, you watch as the runes glow bright, and the energy weaves around Rock. With this, the Duchess reaches out and picks up the Fang of Navarra, placing it on Rock's chest. There is a resonation, and the room gets icily cold for a second. And I'm not 100% certain, but you all swear, in hindsight, that you see a shadow of a large serpentine dragon pass over. Rock. I think Wayne has stepped away. You are standing at the beginning of a stone garden with beautiful red leaves trees all around you. You don't remember arriving here, but like everything else since you passed, everything happens at its own pace and its own time. Standing at the far end, under a large tree, is an unfamiliar figure, dressed in a long, dark robe, a fairly attractive-looking young human woman, with dark hair that kind of tied back neatly and to keep out of her face. She is walking around, pruning the plants. She turns to you and smiles. There you are, Rock. Thank you for delivering him. You suddenly notice beside you the familiar shape of Brother Moon, who just kind of looks up at you, smiles and nods. And this is all down to you now. And steps away. The woman turns, and there's a presence about her, kind of like something oddly familiar, like you've met before, but you can't quite put your finger on it. And just as you're mulling over that, she kind of goes, but we have met before, many times.
Have we? I'm struggling to. I mean, you do look very familiar.
Sometimes you came to me because you died in battle. Sometimes of old age. Sometimes of an illness. You have been here many times, and you will be here many times. But I have one final question before you make our last plea. What do you want, Iskarok of Clan Revorkas? She kind of passes her hand forward, and you see an archway, blue and shimmering, and just below it you can see your friends around your body. Eugene, Aisling, and Campbell with an unfamiliar woman. To return, and she passes her another hand over, and there's a familiar, beyond another arch is a familiar looking tent with a handsome tiefling who is currently sitting and looking at a book, and it shifts, and there's your grandmother's garden. Or to stay and be with those who you have lost.
I really don't feel that this is a particularly fair choice.
It's not about fairness, Rock. It's about what you want.
Well, I mean, it's not exactly a simple choice when the people I've loved and lost are on one side, and the people that I love who are still there are on the other. I mean, it just seems largely unfair to put things in front of me like that.
It is not a case of being fair. It is not a case of judging you. It is simply asking you a question.
Well, yeah. You say that like questions are always very simple to answer.
No question is simple to answer, but they make your life or death richer for it.
I don't know. I do know that some of the people I have loved the most in my life, I have lost too soon. But I also know that some of the people I have grown to love since then, I would still like to spend time and create legends with. But the other thought that pops to mind, I think may surprise you, because it surprises me. And that is that, for the first time ever, I feel like I actually have I hate the term, but a duty or a purpose that I actually feel quite drawn to perform rather than obligated, which is quite unusual considering how long I've pushed back against duty and things that were expected of me. I think Rock's just going to sort of turn around and just sort of walk around looking at the flowers as if like he's got all the time in the world. Just basically mulling over in his head and going over and over. And every time he he thinks about Joy, there is this incredible pang of pain at the idea of leaving them behind again. And so Rock is just literally walking, trying to look calm, but over and over in his head he's just going through the impact of each decision. And then I think after a couple of minutes, he literally turns and sort of straightens up, brushes his hands, and he walks straight towards her. And he just says, I want to go back. I want to go back. I have said goodbye to those people that I love dearly, and I know now that I will see them again. But there are things that I am not finished doing, and there are certain things that need to be done. I want to go back. I have 2 people who I wish to spend some time with, and a world to save.
She smiles. And there you have it. What say you, who have travelled so far to collect this soul on another's behalf? And you hear a rumble, like the wind brushing against mountains. I have seen this one before. He knows the song. But he must cut himself free. Yes, the woman says, and she's turned back, and she's now... You suddenly do, if you hadn't before, know exactly who she is. A dark, long veil over her face, a silver crown that points above her. She is the judge that sits beyond the world. They who live beyond the veil. Then it is done. All you need to do is rid yourself of the thing that has been pursuing you this time. And she points forward. Behind you, near a far tree, you see a shadow. It's small at first. A creature of vines, twisted, and you hear, "Not without me. I want to live."
I think Rock instinctively reaches for his rapier.
You find your rapier familiar and in your hand. This creature, this shadow, this thing you know is just a small sliver of bitter snow. The last bits of this ale god that has pursued you and your friends is trying to break through the corruption that was left in your body, trying to take one last swing at life, and only you stand in its way. And that is where we're going to take our break.
Oh, good.
So, we will be back in 10 minutes, so about 25 past. We're kind of taking our break a little early today so that we can kind of move into this next bit.
Have a quick cry? Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a quick cry, recompose ourselves, get a drink.
How dare you use pocket?
Oh my god, that was so sweet.
Thank you so much, everybody in the chat, for all your wonderful messages and everything in relation to this. I am so pleased that everyone is engaging with this as I've sort of intended it. Guys, take a breather. You very, very much deserve it. We will be back in 10 minutes. We love you very much. See you soon. prior to our break,
Oh yeah.
Everything's fine.
we
played-
Everything's
shit.
great.
we played
Welcome
D&D.
to a shopping episode. Don't worry about it.
We played D&D so hard we made ourselves cry. Our friends have conducted the ritual to try and bring Rock back from across the veil. Rock has declared his intention to return to life in front of they who exist beyond the veil, the god who manages the underworld, and what seems to be Navara, the dragon of the east. Rock, you clutch your rapier, which dances into your hand as if you're familiar. You're kind of a little bit surprised because technically you're dead, and shouldn't this be somewhere else? One big voice. You will not face this alone, it seems. A cold wind blows through this garden, and the icy image of a giant blade with a long haft appears. Around it forms a tall, armoured tiefling who turns back to you and goes, "So, looks like you're the one that they worked so hard to try and get back. My name is Diligence, and I will not let you face this monster alone."
Well, I don't know who you are or what you're referring to, but I certainly could do with help, I feel.
Now we need the arm description.
Yeah. Make a roll for arm perception, please, Rock.
Oh, please, I have advantage in that. I am proficient.
He is a very well-built gentleman.
Wonderful.
Gosh, I hope I don't get overwhelmed and swoon into his arms.
Rock's back, folks. Roll for initiative, please.
Oh, God.
Oh, feck it.
You didn't tell me I was going to have to fight. 15.
15. Well, this thing rolled like rubbish. Would you please roll for diligence for me?
Sure. What did they? It's a 9 on the dice.
A 9 on the dice, thank you. 9 on the dice. Let's just get his character sheet up. And you will probably all need roll 20 for this. We'll say in a second. Cool. So, he has... Okay, cool. So he's going last because he's strong, not fast. Top of the round, you hear the voice of Aisling begging you to return, telling you it's your choice.
I can say I don't think she did.
Not begging you, sorry, imploring you, asking you, but ultimately acknowledging your role in her life and how much you mean to her. And as she says these words, you see a spectral form of a satyr appear behind you. The tangle of knots and roots shifts around and kind of like almost shrinks back from this. A second voice, Eugene, explaining how much he has grown with you, because of you, in spite of you. And you almost feel the pressure of little paws on your shoulder, as if Pocket was there. And as you just turn and look, you see the spectral form of Pocket, who kind of salutes you and points towards it before scurrying down your back and bouncing up onto Eugene's shoulder. Finally, you hear the voice of your sister telling you off for having the audacity to leave her behind when you have so much work to do. And over your other shoulder, you see a spectral form of her. Charlie and Theo, can you please roll initiative for your spectral forms?
Oh my god. My spectral form has an Essex accent as well.
Imagine if I spoke to your spectral form and she just spoke in a very posh accent. I'd be what?
Well, that's how Aisling thinks she speaks.
Yeah, it's how Aisling imagines she sounds.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what did you get, Aisling?
11.
11. Cool. And Eugene?
15.
Awesome. I think Rock has a higher dex than you
Dex
do.
is +2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. And Campbell got a 14. So, it's Rock, Eugene, Aisling, Campbell, the Vine Beast, and then Diligence.
Okay.
If you would all like to make sure that you're on roll 20, and I will put you in the battle map.
Ooh, pretty battle map.
Ooh. That garden is cool.
Cool. I just need to shrink that down for our viewers at home a little bit.
Diligence looks awesome.
Didn't get to really do anything with him in the last one, so this is kind of fun.
Looks so cool.
Oh, yeah.
Aisling's definitely jealous of that horn situation.
Maps by Eightfold Paper. Wonderful, wonderful map makers who we like a lot.
Beautiful.
Rock, you are up first. There is this writhing mass of dark vines lashing back and forth. You can almost feel the cold running off of it.
Okay. Okay. Rock is just kind of takes a step forward and looks directly at this thing and just says, "This is your fault. And you are certainly not going back with me." And from there, I am going to cast...
It's been a while. Just remembering how to bard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I need it to please make an intelligence saving throw.
Sure. It's definitely failed, so it's going to use a legendary resistance to succeed.
Okay. So it still takes half damage, so yes, I'll roll the full ones. 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23. So half of 23.
Half of 23. Amazing.
Which is, what, 11?
It would be, yeah.
But it did make the save because of its legendary action, correct?
What were you casting?
I cast Synaptic Static.
Ooh, what type of damage is that?
That is psychic damage, I believe.
Psychic damage. Excellent.
Can I check? Sorry, I'm just looking at the. Okay, that's fine. No, that's it. On a failed save, it doesn't take the other effects. So
That's
on
right.
the save, sorry.
So what does it look like?
So it's literally as Rock says the words, they almost seem to kind of move away from his mouth, like you would imagine, like anime shouting, where you can almost see like the air moving as his words move, but he just says it very quietly, and there's just kind of almost this ripple, and then when it hits him, it's just like incredibly loud psychic damage. It just feels like the noise of white static really loudly around him.
Amazing. And kind of thing writhes around like it did feel it, even though it resisted the other effect of it. Aisling. By the way, these simulacrums are basically you, so they respond and react and talk to Rocky normally. They're basically built around the spell that you guys are doing and Rock's memories of you.
Okay. In that case, can Fucko make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love that D&D monster.
This might be over soon, guys. I'm rolling terribly. I'm going to use a legendary resistance to resist.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
It's good. Let them get rid of it.
Oh yes, good point. Okay, never mind. Nothing happens.
Aisling glares at you.
All right. Well. Yeah, I'll. No, I won't. Ignore me. Will I? No, that was my action. So I think I'll move myself, but
Yeah.
I might try something else when it's my go again. I'm going to stay over here.
Amazing. Campbell will pull out to Rock a familiar looking rapier made of blue crystal that sparks. And she kind of smiles and goes, looking forward to being able to fight alongside you for a long time. She mutters something into the blade, and a bolt of lightning lashes down from the sky at this thing. It makes it save, but it still takes damage. This is your father's sword, by the way.
Nice.
Boltbringer. So it takes 10, 12, 12, 6. Cool. 6 lightning damage. It kind of manages to shift mostly out of the way, but you can see that it's been burnt by the ozone around the edges. And she will use her bonus action to prepare herself for combat. That will make it their turn.
Sorry, Chris, where am I? Was I not after Rock?
You are right. I am very sorry.
Yeah.
For some reason, I jumped straight to 14s, and it should have been you first. Thank you for reminding me. Do you want to take your turn now?
Yes, please.
Thank you so much for reminding me.
That's okay. I think Eugene's gonna sort of try and make himself look cool and intimidating. I did say try. Jumps in and say, you can't have him. We're taking him back with us. So that's final. And he's gonna cast.
He said forcefully.
Yeah. Fireball.
Oh yeah.
At 5th level.
5th level.
Holy shit. Shall I run some dice over for you quickly?
Well, they're going to make.
No, I have enough.
Okay.
They're going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yes, they are.
They rolled a 22.
Boo. Okay, maths.
Maths. So from the perspective of everybody else, this fireball kind of lands right central on this creature, and the vines almost dislodge themselves trying to get away from it and then reform around it, but it doesn't avoid all the damage, which is still being counted because it's a lot of dice.
46.
46. Is that the total?
Yes.
Cool. Excellent. So halved to 23. Still takes damage. Still unhappy with you.
How does fire land on Fucko?
Like normal damage, it seems.
Ah!
Whatever weaknesses it had in life do not carry over here. Oh, I'm such an idiot. Oh well, never mind. That's my fault. This thing kind of curls into itself, writhes around, and then bursts, and this big, icy green cloud like envelops all of you. I would like
Yo.
you all. Constitution saving throws, please. Actually, because those of you who are so Eugene and Rock, you can add 5 to your rolls because you.
Because we need diligence.
Oh shit.
That's very good.
Diligence rolled very well. As did Campbell. Okay, cool.
This isn't a magical effect.
This is a natural effect from this creature, I am afraid.
Doesn't look it.
But
It's not what I think of as magical.
That ain't nature.
natural to them. So, did anyone get lower than an 18?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
17.
17? Okay. What did you get, Aisling? Sorry? Should just ask that.
I got a 15.
15. And Eugene?
19.
19. So, Aisling, you take a full 40 damage. Everybody else takes 20 damage.
Can I hellish rebuke that damage, please? I know I'll get the damage.
Damn well
but-
can, yes.
Ugh, what a twat.
How much do I get? I got 17.
So, 20. So everybody else takes 20 damage.
I can't mark any damage because my character sheet says I'm dead.
Could you undead yourself, please?
Can't die if you're already dead.
That
know,
is
right?
true. Cool.
Can you make a dex save for me, please?
I can, yes. 19.
Yeah, it saves, but it's still going to be spicy, so...
That's fair enough.
Okay, I'm going to roll on thingy, so it's easier. Okay, half of 29.
Half of 29, that is 14.
Cool.
Cool. We'll make a note of that.
So I took 40 damage, yeah?
Yeah.
Ooh.
That's fun.
No.
I'm glad I avoided that.
That will make it Diligence's go, who will, in the words of a friend of ours, give it the fuck. Charges into this writhing mass with that whopping great icy greatsword in hand, and will make 2 attacks. Cool. Both hit. Doing. Sorry, hang on one second. New character who this Okay, cool. 1d8. And then it's going to burst and use a divine smite on one of them. 10, 15, 23. And just the 3, 8. Awesome. Which is his go, which brings us to the top of the round. And Rock. Eugene, you are definitely up next. I will remember this time.
Okay. So, as my bonus action, I am going to throw my rapier, and it will fly immediately towards this creature.
Yep.
And make an attack, which is 25 to hit.
Will hit.
Okay, D8. And so that's 9 points of piercing damage.
Nice. Okay.
And then Rock is going to... Sorry. I haven't rocked for a while.
That's okay. When you have a second, drag your rapier to where you want it to be as well. But
Oh, cool, yeah.
yeah, focus on that.
Yeah, and I think Rock is going to then... Yeah, he's just going to hold out his hand as the rapier is hovering near this creature. He's going to hold out his hand and just say, I really wish you would go away now. And I'm going to cast Shatter.
Yep.
I need a Constitution saving throw.
Awesome. You presumably you're going to cast it just behind the creature.
Correct.
It does not roll well.
Good. Okay. Where am I? I just need to work out because I'm doing it at a higher level. So that is going to be, and it's just d8. So bear with.
No
I
problem.
need
It's
to grab a couple of d8s because I don't.
a familiar reverberation of sound around this creature before the air explodes around it. And it
18,
takes
19. One more. Oh, 27 points of
Ooh, you love
thunder
to see
damage.
it.
Yeah, and it's not inorganic, it's organic, correct?
It's not inorganic, no, it is an organic creature. Like, technically it's a ghost. But you're all ghosts here, so...
Indeed. So that's that for my action. And for my movement, I am actually... Yeah, for my movement, I'm going to move here in front of Aisling. Kind of not right in front of her, but
No, close enough.
to the side. There you go. Spectral, spooky satyr. And that's it.
Spooky, spiky satyrs. Right, so Eugene, can you go, please?
Yes. I'm just going to move a little over here. And I will cast Bless on Rock, Aisling, and Canva.
Yay!
Amazing. Hashtag blessed.
Thank you.
So remember that's a d4 to every attack roll and saving throw
Oh, nice.
for the next minute.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Hashtag blessed. So you now have a spectral pocket.
I love Spectral
Oh,
Pocket.
yay! Double spectral pocket.
Nice.
Awesome. Anything else with your turn?
Sadly not.
That is okay. Campbell, seeing that she has an ally next to this creature now, charges in, bringing that rapier up, and she will make an attack.
Hell yeah. Get him, Campbell.
She does. 7. Ooh. And a second attack. First one. You watch as she kind of waits for Diligence to lunge forward, and she just takes a perfect strike with a precision that you have rarely seen in most people. Probably reminds you a lot of Garrick or Skier. 7. I don't know what I'm telling you. It's your spectral forms. You won't remember all this. Ooh, doing 21 damage. Oh, that's nice. And the second attack, another 9. Amazing. Okay, cool. That is her go. And she will stop there for a second. It is the Vine's go. He is. It is. It is going to pull back itself, and these tendrils lash out. It makes an attack against Diligence, Campbell, Rock, and Eugene. Natural 20 against Rock. Doing 8 plus 14. 24 points of slashing damage. This is Vine.
Is this like a dream? If I die here, that's it. Like,
Maybe.
just asking for a friend.
Maybe.
Oh yeah, if our spectral forms die, do we die in real life?
No. You don't die. You're not really here. You
cool,
are a
cool.
figment of Rock's very, very powerful imagination right
These
now.
are some burner friends.
Yeah. However, we'll have to cross that bridge with Rock.
Rainbow Bridge.
Rainbow Bridge.
Hits Campbell. Hits Eugene. It's a 19 to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
Doing 9 points of slashing damage. And another 9 against Campbell. And a lot going on. 9 against Diligence. Cool. That is its go. And it is hissing. I will not go quietly. I am eternal. Cool. That makes it Diligence's go. Well, he's going to do what he does best. He's going to hit it with a greatsword.
Stabby, stabby.
Stabby, stabby. That will hit. As will that. Paladins, man. 10 points, and you know what? He's going to blow it up because it's funny.
Treat yourself.
7, 11. 10, 11, 21 points of damage on this thing, which is now looking incredibly rough.
Delicious.
Delicious.
And an additional... Ooh. 7. Cool. Top of the round, Rock.
Okay. don't know how this would work. But, okay, I needed to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah, absolutely. Is it a spell?
Yeah.
Huh. 12.
Okay, it fails.
You're not polymorphing it, are you?
I fucking am.
Yes!
Okay.
I don't know how this would work, but I mean, you said it's a fight
Tiny
like
ghost.
normal.
Yeah.
So I want to polymorph it into a tiny little cacti plant.
I'm not going to... cool. It's going to use its last legendary resistance to stop that from happening.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
we could have overwatered it and killed it.
It'd be the longest fight in D&D history.
Just
We'll
wait
just
for it to
overwater
shrivel up.
for 6 weeks.
Has anyone got
Yeah.
create water?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
We'll change the
Amazing.
pH of the soil and it'll just give up.
Okay, well, as it did that, I'm just going to say, oh god, you're really fucking annoying me. And my bonus action is going to be my dancing rapier attacking once again,
Go for it, please.
which will be a 13 plus 6, 19.
We'll hit.
Okay.
How do we burn through these fucking resistances? By now?
Well, Chris did just say that was his last one, so...
Aha! Ha! Good.
Okay, so that would be 8 points of piercing damage.
Iskarok Ravorkas.
Hey!
Describe how you finish off this fiend once and for all.
I think as he's annoyed me now by countering my spell, I'm going to... The rapier kind of runs forward and runs straight through it, and then withdraws, and as it sees that it's now mortally damaged, I think Rock is literally just going to stand and look at it like complete deadpan, not saying anything, and literally just slice with the rapier telepathically, cutting pieces of the vine off until it's just mulch on the floor.
You watch as this thing kind of pulls into itself, trying to stop this rapier slashing into it. Your friends and this new compatriot, one by one, walk up. Eugene with bolts of fire, Aisling with familiar vine-like receptacles attacking. Your sister lunging and slashing, copying the movements of your rapier, reducing, shrinking, cutting and pruning this thing until nothing left but a small, withered, plant-like thing with barely a face on it, looking up at you. I will give you everything.
Do you know what? I don't need it. And I'm going to use my breath weapon,
Amazing.
and I'm just going to literally blast it with psychic energy, whatever is left of it as it's speaking those words.
It shatters
What?
into the wind, the dust of it moving like motes into. Sorry, I'm just going to swap back to the across off the cliff into the distance, and you watch as it kind of swirls around and eventually lands in the hand of a familiar figure, now looming mightily, mile high beyond the cliff. I am satisfied. I judge you worthy to return, Iskarok Ravorkas. Your friends each smile at you, victorious in turn, before fading away. Only that tiefling remains. He turns and he smiles at you. So, my time is done.
Who are you?
My name is Guiding Flame Diligence. I was a champion of the Eastern Dragon. I passed away some time ago, but your friends rescued me and freed my spirit. To say thank you, I thought I would come and help my god get yours.
Well, that's very kind of you. Thank you.
Speaking of...
Wait, so Ashley and Eugene rescued you?
Yes, freed me.
Oh, well, that's good.
More than
Good that they've been
rescued.
keeping busy.
I think they all did it for you. It kind of hefts that sword, kind of holds it up and looks at you. Do you know this thing kind of suits you? He
I
holds
mean,
it
I've always
up.
been more of a rapier man, but I mean, it's very impressive.
He,
What an impressive sword you have.
he chuckles. He chuckles and holds it out to you hilt first.
I will reach out and tentatively grab it.
You hear an
Eugene.
echoing voice. Iskarok, child of the Ravorkas clan, you have survived a great trauma. Would you swear to help those who would face such a thing and prevent it from happening? Would you guard those you love and the world?
Well, I mean, yes. I mean, yes.
Then, when I deliver your soul, I shall give you a portion of my strength to do this. You will serve as a champion of those who have survived. A paladin. A new seeking flame for a new era. Do you accept?
If I am to help others and protect them, then yes.
Then swear to yourself an oath.
I pledge to help those that need it, and I pledge to be there for those who need me.
Then rise, seeking flame, Iskarok. In the temple.
Do I get a badge?
In the temple, you are waiting for what feels like an eternity, but may only be a few heartbeats. Aisling and Eugene, you don't even remember when Cambor took your hands, or how long ago they went numb from how tight she's gripping you. You are just about to lose hope when the fingers that were placed on the blade twitch. And without even thinking about it, grip the long hilt. And then with a sudden breath, Rock's eyes open. And what is the first thing you say as you return?
It's not words.
I think Rock's just going to kind of look around and see everybody's faces, and Rock just goes, "But what are you all looking so miserable about? Help me up."
You feel the unfamiliar hand just kind of behind you. Steady, friend. Steady. You will be very weak from your travels. A strong-looking, dark-skinned woman with fierce dreads, all tied up, decorated with gold ends, is standing behind you, wearing robes that you are familiar with. The design's ever so slightly different, but it's definitely a priestess of the Dragon of the East. She helps you sit up, and you realize you are sitting in the center of a temple on a dais.
I think Rock's just going to look at her and say, "Thank you for your help. It's much appreciated, and perhaps we can talk later." And I'm going to turn and very sort of slowly and very kind of stoically walk towards Eugene and Aisling and Campbell. And without saying anything, I'm just going to grab the three of them and pull them in for a hug. And I think for the first time any of you have ever seen, Rock is crying and doesn't say anything but just holds you. And then eventually steps back and goes, "Well, stop being ridiculous, all of you." Right,
Campbell
does somebody
just grabs you.
have
Just. We get this moment.
Fine.
You were so far away.
But it certainly wasn't by choice, although there has been so much going on, which I know is a weird thing to say when you're dead, but the things I've seen.
Some of it just feels like a dream at this point. But you remember most clearly the lessons that you were taught. Don't be afraid to rely on others. Learn to love again. And don't let others define your story. And I think it's this first time that you kind of realize that you are holding this strange longsword in your hand.
Well, that's interesting. I dreamt about this, or whatever you do when you're dead. I thought it was just there.
I think Aisling will, through snuffling and tears and messy, like, kind of breathing, will just be like, "Yeah, we found that. We did that one."
Oh yes, you set someone free, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Well, he seemed very impressive.
Did you see his arms?
I may have noticed, yes. But thank you for pointing them out. But yeah, he seemed very grateful to the two of you. So it seems you didn't need me around after all. You're perfectly capable.
I mean, you can go back if you want to. Says
I'm fine. It's very drafty there. I just could we go? Could I have perhaps a small glass of wine?
I think with the Duchess's permission, we'll probably move you somewhere safe and get you to sit and relax.
Oh, that would be good. It's very somber in here.
The Duchess kind of smiles. She goes, "Yes, I will get changed and join you. He should rest. You are welcome to stay on these grounds as long as you need to, or I believe that Tythig has intentions to return and could take you back, but that's for you to discuss. He needs rest. He's going to be very weak for some time. Wayne, you technically have 4 points of exhaustion."
Ooh.
Gotcha.
What does 4 points do again?
I am almost dead again.
Almost dead.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Can we quick save real quick? So we don't have to do this again?
Yep.
I don't even know. I've never had 4 points of exhaustion.
Yeah.
No, neither have I.
So you are slow. You are very weak. and you are. Everything's just a lot of hard work at the moment. It's just.
Someone get this man some wine.
I'm going to sort of turn to pass the sword to Eugene and then sort of look at the size of it and just pass it back to the Duchess.
Hey,
Keep hold of it.
He's been back
She's-
2 minutes.
She smiles. I have a feeling you might need it. Consider it a gift from our God. To thank you for putting your trust in us.
Well, the thanks should be from me. I do appreciate what you have done, even though I don't know who you are. But we can get to that later. I think I might need to just go and sit down for a bit.
I think you need some time to catch up a little bit. You all take him through and open the end of the chapel doors, and sitting there is Rebecca, Tithig Perb, and a tabaxi that you don't recognise, who looks up and kind of their ears perk, and they just. You did it! I knew you could do it. Oh, wow. I bet Fulton will be really pleased when I tell him as well. Hi! Oh, wow. I'm talking too much. And Tythy just kind of puts his hand on his shoulder. It's all right. We're all very excited.
Well, it's very nice to see you all. I'm sorry for all the... it's a lot of drama. It's over now, though. It's fine. It's all good.
I
Heaven
will
forfend
slap Rock
you.
on the arm despite his near death.
Doing that in my state, I could be even
I know.
more.
I'll do it anyway.
What? Everyone's staring at me. That's all.
well, you did die.
Yeah.
You've been gone for a week, says Rebecca.
A week?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Like, not
okay.
not unconscious. Very properly dead, Rock.
I had to put you in a fridge.
Stop.
I beg your pardon.
I had to put you in a fridge.
In a fridge?
No.
Like a magic one.
Well, it's more like Sib probably just touched you and made it so that you wouldn't rot, which is kind of what I'm talking, and I shouldn't be.
A magic fridge.
Yeah.
Magic fridge.
I mean, that's...
Hi, I'm Toby. I've heard a lot about you. You're really cool.
Hi. There's a lot of energy going on here.
If you helped us not die.
Oh, well, then you have my gratitude too.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, Aisling and Eugene are really cool, and they've shown me a lot of things, and I'm learning. And...
Also, did you just say you know Fulton?
Oh yeah. He's a druid and a defender, like I am. We both come from the same enclave.
It is a lot of things, yes. Including terrifying. But be that as it may, I'm very grateful for you being here, and thank you. And I'm going to look at Tythik and just say, I am terribly sorry for having put everyone through this.
I will hit you again.
Yeah, don't be sorry. Let's get you somewhere quiet where you can sit and rest. I imagine you probably want some wine.
Oh, yes, that would be lovely.
Someone get this man some wine! Now!
You are guided through, and you don't.
Eugene's just like, you can have mine. I took up.
I don't need it anymore now that you're back.
You guide Rock through to the room that the Duchess took you before to sit you down and have a conversation. That comfortable living room space, and Rock, it feels like you have been standing around for ages or something, and sitting down feels so good.
I think despite...
Aisling will like fluff all the pillows up and get it all perfect and fart around with it for ages.
Yeah, and all while Rock's going, oh, for goodness sake, stop it. But I think despite his protestations, with 4 points of exhaustion, Rock is probably struggles to kind of actually stay awake and do any actual talking right now.
I think for the first night, Rock falls asleep in that chair. I think everybody eventually kind of realizes that they need to just give him some space to rest. But I feel like there's at least one person in that room all the time.
I was going
in
to say,
case another guy appears.
even if there's no one in the room, I will definitely be poking my head in to check he's still breathing.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for
You know when
any
you've got like an old pet and they sleep a bit too still,
Oh, no.
and you just like check.
Should just call you an old pet, Rock.
Listen, I totally get that analogy. My brother's dog, when she was old, used to fall asleep with her eyes open.
So does my idiot.
While I was looking after her, and I was like, oh my god, she's died this time. She's definitely dead. And she was just sleeping with her eyes open. Anyway, moving on.
Rock, you can remove a point of exhaustion as you get one night's rest. And
What a treat.
I know. And I think early in the morning, the next morning, you're kind of woken gently by what looks like a member of staff who guides you to a private room where you can bathe and change your clothes. They offer help if you feel that you need it, but they don't kind of push upon it
Yeah.
if you don't.
It might take me longer, but I shall just shush them all out.
Has Rock learned nothing?
As you undress, you kind of stop and look at yourself. Despite the fact you definitely look tired and you definitely look like you've been through something, you can't help but notice that you seem physically a bit bigger, stronger.
Are you calling me fat?
No,
Swole.
solid,
Yeah.
more swole.
Yeah.
You have, as Rooney points out in chat, got big arms.
Finally, it's come full circle.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to keep him away from reflections like a fucking budgie.
I think Rock is just like, there is probably a definite moment of kind of, is something wrong with me?
Mirror must be broken.
Why? What is this like a symptom of what like? But he's just going to kind of just basically put it aside and kind of like, I'll think about this when I actually feel like I can cope with it.
Yeah.
That is kind of obviously going to be thinking about why this could be.
You are given some clean clothes to change into. The servants take your other clothes off to be cleaned. You come down, probably, I guess Ashling's probably the one that's kind of around. I think you have a momentary panic when Rock is not where you expect him to be.
Uh-huh.
And then you kind of talk to members of staff and they're like, oh no, we took him to a room so he could get freshened up for breakfast.
Please don't hurt me.
I will sprint to that room.
You sprint to that room. There is a bang on your door.
You hear moves first. and
Yeah.
then
I was going to say, I'm sure by now I know when it's Ashling coming towards the door.
there's no rugs.
I'm just going to say, yes, Ashling, I'm here. Come in.
Morning. Hi.
Morning.
How'd you sleep?
I dread to use the phrase, but like the dead.
Gross.
I know, right? Inappropriate. But anyway, I
like that. Do that again.
No, just
I do feel a lot better than I did yesterday, although I think it will be a few days before I am physically back up to speed, at least.
Oh, you don't want to immediately go adventuring?
Do you know, I think a couple of days would be fine.
Okay, cool.
Also, the wine here was very good, so perhaps we can just enjoy
Do you want
their
some more?
hospitality.
Breakfast wine. Do you want some breakfast wine?
I may have some food first. Controversial, I know, but
All right, Abfab.
There is a nice breakfast kind of laid out downstairs with, again, everything that you feel that you need. Most of the staff are there, and your sister is sitting down reading a book next to, like, in a close, comfortable distance to Rebecca. You kind of have that wonderful. They clearly have developed a friendship whereby they're comfortable enough sitting in each other's presence without having to talk. And Rebecca is just going over some documentation. She spots you first. Ah, Rock, Aisling. Please come and join us. How late does Eugene rest?
I think Eugene probably sleeps in a little bit and is probably woken up by Toby, and I think the two of them kind of come down together.
And Toby is asking you all sorts of questions about the ritual and things like that, because I think Toby's grown to respect that Eugene really knows magic. Like...
I think he's kind of got used to like having to give Eugene the wake up call as well.
Yep.
Oh.
So you're saying that the runes exploded like that was really cool. Hello everybody! Hi! I don't know you. I know Rock briefly. Hi, I'm Toby. Hi.
I love that.
Good morning, Toby.
Don't know you.
This is Rebecca, and this is my sister Campbell.
Oh, lovely to meet you both properly. I saw you obviously yesterday and the day before, but you were all very busy and we were all a lot less happy about things, so I felt it was best to give you some space. Rebecca chuckles and goes, "Oh, you're a delight. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Toby." Campbell just chuckles and goes, "Is this one going to carry on with you, Rock?
Dunno.
Because I don't think that you can probably survive. No disrespect, Aisling, both Aisling and Toby."
I was going to say, I think despite being a white dragonborn, I think Rock just looks pale as soon as she asks that question.
I think Eugene kind of leans into Rock and is like, "Please, don't do that again.
Don't do what?
Leave. You can't." I suddenly have an understanding, shall we say, of your position in the group dynamic. And it's one that I'd rather that you kind of filled, if you catch my drift.
Sure, although you all seem to have done some quite remarkable things since I was gone. But I shall do my best not to leave again, if I can possibly help it. Speaking of which, Campbell, don't you have like a country to run yet or something?
Oh, not yet, but I don't even need to watch over the estates, you see. Delilah is at home at the moment, just keeping an eye on things for us.
Oh, you should definitely get back soon then.
Are you trying to get rid of me straight away?
No, I'm just thinking of the sanity of the staff if Delilah's throwing parties while you're gone.
Oh, she's she goes to other people's parties. She doesn't organise them herself. You know that.
Everywhere Delilah goes is a party. An elegant one, to be fair, but yes.
Which reminds me, as soon as you're feeling well again, I need to give you a slap from her for worrying us.
Okay, well, but I'm feeling terrible this morning, so not today.
Anyway, you'd have to join the queue.
Oh, there's a queue. Oh, I knew there'd be a queue forming. That's one.
Okay, so anyway, what's for breakfast?
I just completely lost my train of thought. So yes, breakfast is served. It's not long after that Tythig comes down with the Duchess, and kind of sits down. Right, Rebecca Campbell, as requested. I am happy to give you a lift back to Cloud's Cairn.
Give you a lift back on my portal.
I have.
It's a 5-seater portal. It's fine.
Just hop on the back of my portal. We'll head there now.
The ship's crew are willing to wait as long as you need to, or go wherever you need them to. I believe otherwise they can chase some contracts on your benefactor's behalf. What would you three like to do? Would you like to come home so that Rock can recover with the rest of us?
It's up to Rock. You can do anything.
Rebecca's, well, your research group I can house in the Citadel for a few days whilst Rock regains his composure, so you can have some peace and quiet. I'm happy to do that. It's the least I can do.
Is Ashling coming with? Then no, I can't have peace and quiet.
Can
No,
Eugene magically make some soundproofing in the house?
They can cast silence.
No, mean.
I think. Well, yes, I think we probably should go home, but we could take the skyship home.
Well, I was going to take you directly home and send a skyship after, so you can rest up in the comfort of your own home.
Well, yes, that might be a good idea. Also, I would like to have some time to find out what Eugene and Ashling have been up to.
I've drawn so many diagrams.
She really has lots of diagrams.
Oh yes, I'm sure. I have no doubt whatsoever.
She's really good with maps too, and really helped us out because meant we never got lost. Not once, not at all.
Yeah, but you help with navigation too, because you're all about like the stars.
I know. I love the stars.
Yeah.
Never again.
I am so sorry. Really, I am. But yes, I think perhaps we should head home. And yes, it'd probably do me good to have a few more days to recover.
That's excellent. Well, gather your things when you're ready. And just let me know when you're ready. We will head home today with the Duchess's leave, of course. And Duchess smiles. She goes, I mean, I'm happy to have you all stay here, but I will be honest with you, home sounds like the best. And she kind of watches as Ashling and Toby are in the middle of a cheese stacking competition. Probably the best for everybody.
I'm not winning because I keep eating
it. Toby keeps feeding it bits to Pocket when he thinks that Eugene can't see.
Rock will just, at some point anyway, we'll go over to the Duchess and just say, I wondered if I could ask you a couple of questions, if you don't mind.
Yes, here or private?
Yes. I just wondered what you could tell me about the sword.
The sword is the Fang of Navarra. It is an artifact belonging to the champions of the Dragon of the East. It's one that we thought was lost on the scarred city, the island of Aramire, but your friends recovered it. However, it seems to have taken a liking to you. So, please guard it well. It's very important to our church and our faith, but ultimately it is a tool to be used to protect those who cannot protect themselves, as is our God's way.
Yes, that makes perfect sense, weirdly. Thank you. I just wondered what the history was.
The legend says it is built around one of the Eastern Dragon's own fangs. Plucked from his...
Hence the name Fang of... Yes, go ahead.
Plucked from his mouth before he ascended. So it's kind of a reliquary as well. But who knows? I know that the books do speak about the fact it is actually forged around a dragon's tooth. If it is the Eastern Dragons or not, I cannot say. It's a unique weapon.
Oh, thank you. That's very helpful.
Pleasure. And she kind of looks at you and then kind of... You can almost feel like she's looking for you. I hope it serves you well. Guiding frame.
Thank you. I think Rock is probably just trying to figure out now, like, what happened in wherever he was and what happened in the real world, because he doesn't know who knows what now.
Yeah, it's kind of
So
weird.
he's
Yeah, so
not going to say anything because everything just feels like it's sort of half of a dream.
Yeah, I think you probably do want to talk to your friends about what you saw when you were dreaming or dead.
Oh, yeah.
At some point, but yeah, I think it's hard to know exactly who to talk to about what at this point.
Yeah, and I think at this point the exhaustion will probably still be taking an effect, so Rock is just kind of literally killing time till he feels like they can sit together somewhere and all be comfortable and talk through things, because we are still in someone else's home. And we should probably at some point go back to Eugene's house.
We missed that. We missed that.
So probably have a nice quiet breakfast, chat amongst yourselves. It's funny, it's all very polite and trying to make it as normal as possible for everybody. I think there is an unspoken Tarask in the room about the fact Brock was dead 24 hours ago.
Yeah, but I do kind of feel like Aisling might say those exact words more than once.
Yeah.
Just every once in a while, just go up and poke him.
Yeah, that's exactly. Actually, just kind of walking over to look into my eyes to make sure that there's nothing weird.
You're not even like glazed over or anything.
No, I'm not
No.
anymore.
It's weird. It's cool. You were like a proper deadie not long ago.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, and now you're like having breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with you staring
Nature,
into
man.
my face.
Nature. It's beautiful.
Yes. There's nothing natural about those vine things, I'll tell you that much.
No.
I think Campbell leans over to Eugene. Daddy?
She means corpse.
I thought as much, but I'm never 100% certain with Aisling.
No one is.
Not even Aisling.
Nope. No.
Breakfast marches on. You eventually kind of have your fill, go on for a bit, and slowly you all gather your things and meet Uncle Perb in the main hallway. With him is Rebecca and Campbell and Toby and you three. And he kind of looks around and goes, bit more than I'm used to, but it's not a problem. We'll use the one on the ship if that's okay, just so we can let the crew know that Rock is okay and that they can make their way back via any trade ports they need to.
Oh my god, do none of the crew know yet?
I let Sudar know. I sent him a message last night just saying that it had been successful, but I think seeing it and hearing it are very different things.
It's really exciting.
So, brace yourself, Rock. Your boisterous crew have missed you as well, apparently.
So they do know then. So Sudar would have told them?
I assume so.
Oh.
Um,
Just thinking that could have been fun. Anyway,
Were you gonna do a haunting thing?
well, I just thought if you carried me on and then I sat up while that could be quite. Anyway, but in my current state, that might not be a great idea. Anyway,
liable
you
to
might die again.
Yeah, liable to throw your back out or something.
yeah, I'll give myself a heart attack rather than anyone else, which is
Yeah.
would probably be well deserved right now. Anyway, so we're all you're all coming back. Toby is now.
Oh, yes. Toby is joining the research team. We need a druid's perspective, and Toby has very kindly offered to be a go-between us and the druids in Malwind.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Fulton-
Toby! I was gonna
Fulton
high five
volunteer,
Toby.
yeah.
Yeah, you missed because he's very short.
He's so small, but we
Very
don't
short.
care. It's still a success in our minds.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward. I mean, like I've seen lots and I've learned lots with Aisling and Eugene, but I think I can learn even more and see even more, and I think that's really exciting. And like I think
you'll get to work alongside young Gristle, who's friends with Eugene.
He means greed, right?
Friends!
I feel like there's a joke here that I'm not quite getting, so I'm just going to smile and nod and go this way. The Duchess says goodbye to you all, and she says, as she kind of leans in takes Aisling and Eugene off to one side. Should you need my help in the future, you can reach out. If it is within my power to do so, I would like to do so. However, I needn't remind you that you are under oath to protect certain discretions.
Oh.
You see Toby doing that. Thank you for a reminder of that.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, okay.
It has been an absolute pleasure and an honour to help you with this matter.
Yeah, thanks for helping us. It's pretty grim.
I know it has been tough, but you have shown yourself more than capable.
Yeah, I'm quite surprised about that. I mean, I know Eugene would have been fine, but...
So the Skein Witch does not lie, even if they are a very testing creature sometimes.
Yeah, that was deeply unnerving.
Anyway, I shall leave you to the rest of your journey. Good luck, and I hope to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks.
You all make your way down to the docks. The crew are all waiting on, and there is a cheer as you all appear beforehand. As you walk up the gangplank, several people are slapping Aisling and Eugene on the shoulders, and like all of them saying, "Well done, well done." And several of them, the more friendly of them, are just kind of coming over and just checking Rock's okay, and
Yes,
I think
yes, I'm
Ashley's
fine.
making sure no one's slapping him on the back because he'll die.
yeah. I think you have to stop Akiza because Akiza sparred with him, so thinks of him as a
Shit.
combat equal, and then of course I remember. Yes, sometime
I
to
think
recover.
Akiza, I'm just going to place my hand on the new sword and just say, well, perhaps we should have a rematch sometime, but not today. No, no.
When you are feeling better, I would be more than pleased to do so.
I'm sure you will. Right, come on, are we going?
Yes,
Stop all the fuss.
we are going back. What would you like us to do? I can do a trade route back. You're going to Cloudskern, yes? I do trade route back and get us some gold and make his nibs back in Vadarak happy as well.
That sounds like a sensible idea.
Well, we will see you probably 2 weeks.
Well, hopefully by then we will be up to speed in every sense.
Good. Well, rest up, and we will see you soon. Well done, both of you. Eugene, Dutch kind of leans into you and goes, Broody says goodbye. Not good at hanging around, but really love spending time with you, apparently. And I think you two did her some good.
I'm sure we'll see her again.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. And he kind of walks off, and you notice he's limping ever so slightly. Tythig prepares the spell. You all stand on the ship's magic circle, and then you reappear in your home. And I think it's a little early, but it's been a big episode full of lots of emotion. So if no one has anything they urgently want to do or say, or I would like to end the episode there.
Well, I'm going to go check on my frog.
I do have one thing.
Yep.
Which is a bit odd, but anyway. Aisling and Eugene, when at some point when you are kind of looking through the house and all that kind of stuff, once everyone's been back for a few hours, you find on the hall table there is a leather sort of bag, a leather pouch, with a little note on it, and it just says to Aisling and Eugene, and then in brackets, especially Aisling, just in case you ever need furry friend support.
And do you want to tell?
So it's just in case you ever need furry friend support, and it's signed.
If Ashley's the one who finds it, she'll go find Eugene before opening it or figuring out what it is.
And it says just in case you need furry friend support, and it's signed by your furry friend, Toby.
Do you want to tell them what Toby has left them with?
Sure. So Toby has left you with a tan bag of tricks. So if you have a look in D&D Beyond, you can add a tan bag of tricks to one of your inventories.
Okay.
And
What is?
shall I read
on.
it to you?
Yes, please. Let me find it.
This ordinary bag made from rust or tan cloth appears empty. Reaching inside the bag, however, reveals the presence of a small fuzzy object. You can use an action to pull the fuzzy object from the bag and throw it up to 20 feet.
Is it a tribble? Is this a
When
weaponized tribble?
When the object lands, it transforms into a creature you determine by rolling a d8 and consulting the table that corresponds to the bag's color. The creature is friendly to you and your companions, and it acts on your turn. You can use a bonus action to command how the creature moves or what action it takes, etc., etc. So you have 3 fuzzy objects that you can be pulled from the bag.
It's a Pokeball.
Basically.
Yep. Dear. So you have some additional furry friends that you can bring in. Once they're used, but they are additional help that you can have for combat situations or something else as well. It is slightly random what you get.
Yeah.
Love that.
Um,
Oh, this is cool.
it's very funny.
Oh my god.
Wayne has been
Toby.
desperately trying to find a way to use it, but it just hasn't happened. So we thought the best thing to do is pass it to you guys.
Yeah.
So the great news is you got your rock back,
Yeah, we did. We did it.
and the even greater news is you level up.
Bitch.
With the exception of Wayne, who
I don't level
you
up. I cross level.
You cross level, so you use your now adapted version of yourself.
Gotcha.
So
So are you
those
now
of you-
multi-classing Paladin Bard?
he is
Apparently I am.
yeah, level 8 Bard, level 2 Paladin at the moment.
Hell yeah.
So that's
Oh my God,
great,
amazing.
because I'm going to have to learn how to do all the stuff again.
Woohoo!
A Bardadin, as Rooney points out.
Bardadin.
Paladin.
Bardadin. Amazing. So
Sounds better than a plard.
a plard. No, you're a plard. I've decided. That's
I
brilliant.
am the Plard.
A Dadadin. So, we have finished the story arc. Returning Rock to our fold. We're going to time jump for the next episode, just 2 weeks, to give Rock a chance to get hold of himself and things like that.
Sleep off some of the exhaustion.
Yeah. Cambor is staying with you in the house for the next couple of weeks, just while Rock gets himself back on his feet. The much to the disgruntlement of a couple of the members, the research team has been moved out of the fancy mansion.
Aisling might still go hang out with Toby occasionally, though.
Yeah. Yes. So, before next week, we'll have a chat about what you guys get up to in the next couple of weeks. But yes, you all level up. You all get to level 10, which is really cool. You're officially the highest level group I have had, without kind of setting things up as one-shots and the like. So,
Really?
Yep.
Yeah,
Well
it's the
done.
highest level character I've ever played as well.
Way to grow up.
Apart from one shots.
Apart from one-shots. Or guest appearances. So, yes, we have been some other heroes. I'm going to move this to a little bit of a quieter piece of music. Bear with me. Yeah, it's quite chilled, but we can go even more chilled.
Alabaster, play rain noise.
Like you don't think I've got that somewhere. I just haven't got it loaded up at the moment. Yes, so before we go, I think we're just going to give you all at home a huge shout out and a massive thank you for coming along with us on this ride and sharing these first 50 episodes.
Yeah, 50 episodes today.
Crazy! We absolutely adore sharing this with you, and we love playing these stories, so we're going to carry on doing so. So we will hopefully have a good solid 50 more and beyond.
That's the plan.
That's the plan.
Can't get rid of us.
Before we go, I'm going to get everybody to shout out where you can find them and what they have got coming up. And I'm going to start, I think, because he's back, Wayne can go first.
Sure. Thank you, everybody, for bearing through this fantastic story arc, and now we just have to see where the rest of it goes. But yeah, thank you for being here, for some of you literally for every episode for the last 50 episodes pretty much. Honestly, it does mean the world to us, and I also wanted to give a special shout out to Chris, who spends so much of his time working on stuff for the stream, and we don't make anything from it, but does it just because he loves it so much. So he really does put in an incredible amount of time and effort to make things happen and to keep engaging with everyone in the community and doing the best that we can. So thank you to him and to Charlie and Theo for an amazing episode, where I got all teary for no reason.
For all the reasons.
All the
And all the
reasons.
reasons. So thank you. That's it for me. If you would like to support us, obviously we have not a Patreon, a Ko-fi, and we, if you want to subscribe, that we would love that. And if you would like to pop along and say hi to me, I can be found on the socials for my new project that I have just launched. So you can find me everywhere at Created by Wayne. So please do give me a link. I even do YouTubes now. I'm a YouTuber at the grand old age of 50.
Did you just go like this?
I did. That's my new thing.
Ooh.
I kept doing it on Wicked Game as well. I kept doing that, which I don't know why.
Hello, fellow youths.
Not even like I ever did that when I was a youth, so I have no idea. But anyway, thank you, everybody, and thank you, my wonderful friends who I play with and our DM for 50 episodes, because they have made so much joy for me. So thank you, guys.
Lovely. And roll for it. Theo, would you like to go second?
Sure. You can find me at theoblueillustration.com. There's links to all the places you can find me on social media, various social media platforms on there, I believe. Yeah, likewise, I just wanted to say thank you to the people at home watching and you guys for amazing 50 episodes, and it's been an absolute pleasure to play with you guys.
Yay. Really enjoy having you, and it's been really fun. Hello to Colleen, particularly, and everybody else who takes their time for us. Charlie.
All my stuff is at charlievince.com. That's got my portfolio, my shop. There's some character slots in there if you wanted to get a character drawn up looking all pretty.
If you
And
like
there's-
this character art,
Yes,
Oh,
like
yeah,
our gorgeous
I
character.
I did these
Fingers.
ones. Apart from Toby, because Chris did the Toby. So I've got my social media and stuff on there as well. So yeah, all my stuff's on there. And yeah, I'm gonna also say thank you to everybody. Chris, you've written the coolest story
Thank
ever.
you.
This world is so immersive and awesome, and all the characters are so cool. And obviously, you guys are so much fun to play with. Like I've been playing D&D with you guys for so long now, and it's been so good. And yeah, I want to do it for a long, long, long time. And everyone watching, you're pretty cool too.
Oh, yeah, and hi,
also-
Charlie's mum.
Hi,
Mum,
Charlie's
love you,
Hi,
mum.
Charlie's mum.
Yeah, this has been wicked. It's been very, very good.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to seeing.
No,
what we
Wicked
get.
Game is on Wednesdays.
Yeah, Wicked.
Oh,
We're
sorry,
with
yeah,
Other
yeah.
Heroes.
I'm gonna say this has been lush, but wicked are on Wednesday.
Yeah. Amazing. That gives me, before I kind of go into my stuff, I just wanted to give a big shout out to our mods, Feline Trickster and Bespectacled Man, Nikki and Michelle. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being there and keeping the chat flowing and safe. Really love what you do, and we'd love that you spend your time with us as well. Really appreciate that.
Excellent, good eggs.
Yes, very
Yeah.
good people. You can see them on Wicked Game.
On Wednesday?
On Wednesday.
Oh, Wednesday. What is it with Norfolk and having so many cool queer nerds?
I know, right?
Just the way it goes.
Love it.
Like
You're
draws
all
like,
excellent.
I think. As for me, you can find me at Chris Mepham RPG wherever your media is socialed. I am presently most active on Instagram and Twitter, although very much just sitting on the
Twitter?
side.
Question mark.
Sitting on the side of Twitter, watching it go up like a big bonfire, wondering how long before it actually just collapses in on itself, which is kind of weirdly interesting in a
It's kind of fascinating, isn't it?
in a bizarre
I lost
way.
access to my account and I never bothered to try and get it back. I don't care about it anymore.
Ah dear. But I am everywhere else as well, and I will just see how the sticks fall when it all kind of clears and go from there. I have started my own YouTube, which is Chris Mepham RPG as well, where I am posting just shorts of my artwork. And if you like my artwork and you would like to commission a character piece, please do feel free to drop me a note on any of those social places. I do check my messages on a regular basis, and I'd love to talk about getting your characters designed up. Yeah, so...
You know, all I can hear is your dice. It sounds like you have millions of dice.
that's
So many.
That's just the D6s for the fireball, to be fair.
Oh yeah, let's have a look. Dice shot. Ah,
Nice.
Excellent. We will be back next week. This is not the ASMR I'd signed up for. We will be back next week, next Sunday, for episode 51 and the beginning of the next story arc. We have been Some Other Heroes. We are your resident queer dungeoneers. We love you so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. And we will see you very soon.
love you, bye.
Bye!